Okay, good morning, everyone. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Calling the roll for the Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024 Board of Control meeting. It is 11:01 a.m. We have Levine Ross serving as an alternate for Meredith Turner.
Present.
Councilmember Dale Miller.
Present.
Trevor Meckler serving as an alternate for Purnell Jones Jr.
Here.
Melanie Say serving as an alternate for Mike Dever.
Here.
Catherine Gallagher serving as an alternate for Chris Ronay, County Executive.
Here.
Michael Chambers, Fiscal Officer, serving as chairman.
Here.
Paul Porter.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Next on our agenda is the review and the approval of the minutes from August 26th. I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Seconded by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve the minutes, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The minutes are approved. Is there any public comment?
No public comment.
Let's go to our first item, please.
First item, BC 2024-628, Department of Housing and Community Development submitting an amendment to a contract with Historic Preservation Group, LLC, for completion of National Historic Preservation Act, Section 106 reviews for the period June 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2024, to extend the time period to December 31st, 2025, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $10,000.
Yes, Brendan Jackson here on behalf of the Department of Housing and Community Development. We are seeking an amendment to the contract for HP Group to perform our environmental reviews for our HUD and Treasury programs, and to extend the contract to 12/31/2025, and to extend the amount to, for $10,000.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Mackler. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item, BC 2024-629, County Prosecutors submitting an RFP exemption which will result in an award recommendation to Precision Industrial Services in the amount not to exceed $46,705.16 for a state contract purchase and installation of Mannington carpet tiles and related flooring materials for the replacement of carpeting in Suite 300 at Courthouse Square, and submitting a purchase order with said RFP exemption.
Hi, my name is Jim Ginley from the Prosecutor's Office, and this area in that building is for our dedicated DTAC staff.
Okay, Jim, thank you. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Levine Ross. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item.
Next item, BC 2024-630, Medical Examiner's Office submitting an RFP exemption which will result in award recommendation to Brown Enterprise Solutions, LLC, in the amount not to exceed $9,894.14 for a state contract purchase for the renewal of 7 Adobe Commercial Creative Cloud and 6 Photoshop software subscriptions for the photography department for the period October 1st, 2024 through September 30th, 2025, and submitting a purchase order with said RFP exemption.
Hugh Shannon, Medical Examiner's Office. We use this in the forensic photography unit. It gives us cloud storage for the images that we need to take We process images from death scenes, autopsy, and in the laboratories.
Okay, Hugh, thank you. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second? Second by Mr. McAleer. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2024-631, Department of Public Safety and Justice Services, on behalf of the Medical Examiner's Office, recommending an award and submitting an agreement with the University of Kentucky Research Foundation in the amount not to exceed $75,011 for the FY 2023 Comprehensive Opioid Stimulant and Substance Use Site-Based Program for the Overdose Fatality Review Counteractive Initiative for the period October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2026.
Hugh Shannon, Medical Examiner's Office again. So this is a grant-driven research project, a BGA grant, the COSIP grant that we got. We do some intensive reviews of overdose fatalities, and that data needs some extra analysis that we don't have in-house capabilities on. And so we're using this research arm out at the University of Kentucky.
Thank you, Hugh. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Paul Porter. All in favor to approve, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2024-632, Department of Health and Human Services, Community Initiatives Division, Family and Children First Council, recommending an award and submitting a purchase order with State of Ohio Auditor of State in the amount not to exceed $7,000 for audit services pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code Sections 115.56, 117.11, and 121.37 for the period January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
Good morning, Marcos Cortez with Health and Human Services on behalf of Family and Children First Council. This, again, is a purchase order for the Ohio Auditor of State to conduct an audit of FCFC's operations. Again, this audit is required under the Ohio Revised Code. The audit has begun and it is expected to be completed by October.
Thank you, Marcos. Are there questions from the board on this item? Councilman, please.
Why was this item not submitted before the audit was started?
Unfortunately, I do not have that information in front of me. I know it was included in the supporting documents, but it is late. I don't have that information with me at the moment.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can look it up real quick for what was in the supporting documents.
If I could recall correctly, the department thought that they hit submit on the purchase order and they didn't, if I recall correctly. They entered it in January, but they had forgot to hit submit.
Yes, the purchase order was reviewed in January in Infor, but not loaded in OnBase until more recently.
So it's an oversight.
It was an oversight.
Just an oversight on the department.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Any further questions? Okay, seeing no further questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Ms. Melanie Say. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The item is approved. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2024-633, Department of Health and Human Services, Community Initiatives Division, Office of Early Childhood, submitting an amendment to a contract with Child Care Resource Center of Cuyahoga County, DBA Starting Point, for the Special Needs Child Care Program for the period January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2024, to amend the terms of Exhibit 3 budget effective July 1st, 2024, and for additional funds in the amount not to exceed $282,174.17.
Good morning again, Marcos Cortez on behalf of the Office of Early Childhood. This is a contract amendment to add funding to Starting Point for the Special Needs Child Care Program. This program provides training and technical assistance to teachers and child care centers who deal with young children with challenging behaviors who are at risk of expulsion when served in a typical child care setting.
Thank you, Marcos. Are there questions from the board on this item?
Quick note, Mike, that I'm going to need to recuse on this one.
Okay, very good. Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second? Seconded by Ms. Levine Ross. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And we have one recusal.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next item.
First item, exemptions, BC 2024-634, Department of Health and Human Services, Community Initiatives Division, Office of Homeless Services, recommending an alternative procurement process to approve the determination of awards based on a competitive application process of various providers for continuum of care coordinated entry services in connection with the FY 2024 Continuum of Care Homeless Program competition for the period February 1st, 2025 through January 31st, 2027, and the total amount not to exceed $1,458,509.
Good morning, Erin Reardon, Office of Homeless Services. I think this is like the fastest I've ever been up here in a BOC meeting. This is our request to use an alternative procurement to award services for coordinated entry, which is kind of the front door of the homeless continuum access for services. OHS offers what is, or conducts what is called a local continuum of care competition as part of our annual HUD competition, and we solicit proposals from interested entities throughout the county, and so we are looking to use that competition, our local competition, to award both the HUD COC dollars, which we regularly do, as well as levy dollars and some emergency solutions funds that come through, federal funds that come through the county.
Thank you, Aaron. Are there questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve the item. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. McAleer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The item is approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, please.
Moving on to consent agenda items BC 2024-635 through BC 2024-638.
Okay, board members, there's just a handful of items. Feel free if there's any questions. Seeing no questions, then I will make a motion to approve today's consent agenda items as listed. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Miller. All in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Today's consent agenda items are approved. Moving on to other business.
Other business, we have one, time-sensitive mission critical. BC 2024-639, Department of Information Technology, recommending and submitting a purchase order to Great Northern Consulting LLC in the amount not to exceed $24,999.99 for monthly support on the Sun Solaris Operation System T4 servers for the period July 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
Good morning, Matt Ruby, Department of IT. So Great Northern Consulting is a long-standing vendor that we've had. They provide our professional services, both routine and emergency, for our Sun Solaris system, which houses a number of applications primarily targeted at our real estate functions within the county. So the time-sensitive mission critical, we have a new contract with them for the same services forthcoming. We had some very elaborate insurance negotiations that led us to, the contract expired. So this time-sensitive mission critical PO is to ensure continuity of operations with them. Since the time period for this has started, we have resolved the insurance issues, and there is going to be a replacement contract coming to this board very, very soon, at which point this PO, which is in a not-to-exceed fashion, will be closed. So I don't actually anticipate spending the entire amount, but we did it in this fashion to cover all bases, to avoid any potential last-minute issues that may arise.
Thank you, Matt. Are there any questions from the board on this item? Seeing no questions, I will make a motion to approve it. Is there a second? Second. Second by Mr. McAleer. All in favor to approve today's time-sensitive mission critical item, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The item's approved.
Thank you.
Approved. Any other business?
No other business?
Any public comment?
No public comment?
I will make a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Miller. All in favor of adjourn, say aye.
Aye.